Okay, so just a review on how to do this worksheet. So we do the units for the following. As you can see, I've done the first example. Excuse me, as you can see, I've done the first example. So for the unit for mass is going to be grams. The unit for volume is going to be milliliters or cubic centimeters. The unit for length is meters, and the unit for density is going to be grams per cubic centimeter or grams per milliliter. Each tool, so the balance measures mass, a ruler measures length, thermometer is going to measure temperature, and the graduated cylinder is going to measure your volume. When you identify the independent and dependent variables, remember that the independent variable is what I change, and the dependent variable is what you're measuring. Okay, so I fertilize the plants, then they will grow taller. So I'm changing the amount of fertilizer, I'm measuring the height. So my dV is the height, my IV is the fertilizer. So you've got to do this one. Anything that has mass and takes up space, it's a word that starts with M. What are the 4 states of matter, not just 3? As you look down to the bottom, you will see we need to identify as a compound, a mixture, or an element. If it's anything on the periodic table, you're going to remember that that's an element. So anything on the periodic table is an element. So like hydrogen, carbon on the periodic table. If it's a compound like water, H2O, CO2, that type of thing. In this case, this pure water right here, that's H2O. So I want to know if that's a compound or an element. Okay, then on the back side, so if you turn it over, you're going to make Boar models, and you see that I have done the Boar model for carbon already. When you do lithium, remember that lithium is 3 and 6 or 7. Okay, so I'm going to make my nucleus. There's 3 protons, which means there are 3 electrons, 2 in the first orbital, 1 in the outer orbital. And the neutrons, there's going to be 4 neutrons because the atomic mass is 7. So subtract out the 3 protons and you get 4 neutrons left over. Sodium, remember the chemical symbol for sodium is Na. Now this one you just have to tell me how many protons are in each, so find them on the periodic table. Remember you're looking for the atomic number to find the number of protons. The next one is the atomic mass. You're looking for the bigger number. That's also known as the atomic weight. And then the last one is how many electrons. That's the same thing as the protons. So the electrons equals the protons. So you're going to be, again, looking at the atomic number. And that's how you do that sheet.